What's going on, everybody? Cowboy C3. I got the lovely Chris. Got Chris, Britne,
Always,
and
man.
Katja with me today, man. This is the Blitz crew. This is the crew that we're going with for the season. So, I'm glad to be on here with y'all, man. I am. It's been
Likewise.
a plan. It's been a long time coming, and now it's time to execute the plan. We're gonna have fun with it. So, thank you guys for joining. I appreciate it. Brandon Ayuk.
Oh, man.
It has been an interesting ride for Brandon Ayuk and the San Francisco 49ers. I have my own thoughts behind the entire San Francisco 49er organization, and I'll share that in a minute. But this doesn't look good. It just doesn't. What it seems like is Brandon wants out. They don't want to deal anything with Brandon, but he's under contract. He has not shown up to any OTAs. He hasn't done anything with the team, and he is clearly ready to go. With the off-field antics and everything that's going on off the field with him, two questions. One, would you want him on your team? Super talented wide receiver, can do a lot of different things. But would you want that on your team, right? The off-field stuff. Or if you're San Francisco, what kind of revenue can you get for a receiver like this? Like with everything that comes with it, what can you get? Because if the juice is not worth the squeeze, like, do you just, and there's some more stuff to it, and I will definitely mention that here in a minute. But what do you think, Chris? Like, is it worth it? Is the juice worth the squeeze with Brandon Ayuk?
Well, for the Niners or just like any team
in general.
Obviously, you get a talented wide receiver. It's just that this is just a weird time because he did get hurt, and we're now 2 seasons post injury.
This will be the second. This will be going into the second season. Yes.
So nobody knows what condition he's in. So you're kind of getting a mystery box of different. There's teams who would probably jump on that as far as like just a blind belief, like, hey, we know what you've done in the past. That's what we believe in. We still getting, and something can work. But for teams who are in contention, teams who are 1 or 2 pieces away, it gets a little sketchy because it's like, man, do I go ahead and give up a little bit of our future for this? And then you're not the Brandon Ayuk of old, or you bring the same antics to this team, and now you end up putting us in the worst position and take us out of our window when we could have just, kept with what we was doing or went in a different direction. So that's what a lot of teams. So I think anybody who's in rebuilding mode and wants something to start with, sure, like a Miami Dolphin, a New York Jet, maybe even a Las Vegas Raiders. That could be a situation where it's like, okay, you know what? We're in rebuild mode. We got a new guy at quarterback, new coach, new this, new that. Maybe this could work out. And if it doesn't, it is what it is. It'll burn off in a couple years. But if you're a Lions, if you're a Seahawks, if you're Chicago Bears, Kansas City Chiefs, Houston Texans, I think you stay away from this with a 10-foot pole. And that's what makes it tricky, because those are the ones that you would want to do the most dealing with, because they're trying to win now and they would be willing to give more. Whereas somebody who's like, hey, we're rebuilding, the ball is in our court. You got to come to us with a deal and figure it out. You muted, Corey.
My bad. Sorry. Kaja, what do you think? If you are one receiver away from being a contender, or possibly being a contender, would you go get Brandon Ayuk?
I would not. I wouldn't. Like, to your point, we haven't seen him play in a while. You don't know what he's going to look like. And for me, the off the court, off the field, and antics to me are starting to become bigger than his talent. I'm just wondering what kind of who am I bringing into my locker room? Because if you're only one piece away, you want to make sure you're bringing in the right piece. Not mean by talent, and also personality. I don't want to bring somebody in here who's gonna take us from being one piece away to now going down because you're coming in here with all these other antics and foolishness. Like we're right here, like right there at the finish line. We don't have time for any foolishness. And for me, I'm okay with him wanting to leave the Niners. It's just the way he's going about it.
Right.
That's him. It's so unprofessional. I mean, we heard nothing from him during the season, and then out of nowhere now, we can't stop hearing from him. Like every other day, it's a new video dropping. I'm just like, what are we going to hear from you today? It's just so odd. It's just very, very strange, and I don't know what kind of person I'm bringing in. So for me, no, I'd rather take my chances and get somebody else.
Britt, what you got?
I think you guys basically said it all. For me, talented receiver, as we've seen over the years with the 49ers. But if I have a team, my culture would be locked in solid to bring in on a personality like Brandon Ayuk. It's nice, I was thinking, maybe the Las Vegas Raiders would work well, as Chris said earlier, but then I was thinking that's a young team. He's going to be a leader that might mess up the culture that you're trying to establish for such a young team. I don't think I would want to bring him in that type of situation, because that could do some damage to your locker room and such young players, who knows what that could do with their mind. And then more established, culture, maybe like a Lions locker room or Eagles locker room. A locker room like the Eagles, they just went through some drama. Do we really want to bring in another headache of a wide receiver again? I don't think to deal with
it might be even bigger drama than AJ Brown. You know what I mean? Like,
right.
It could be, yeah.
And I know he keeps talking about the commanders, but they're in a iffy situation in that organization. You thought you got over the hump, but you realized your team was getting a little bit too old. Now you kind of not quite start over, but you got to reestablish yourself a little bit again with a younger quarterback. Was this Jay Daniels' third, fourth year, whatever? I don't know if I want to bring in Brandon Ayuk in that situation. It's just too much going on with him, and I think this could potentially impact his money going forward. I don't know if this is going to impact his career as of right now. It might be too early for that, but his money for sure. He's going to have a couple prove-it deals to see how things go from here on out.
You know where I could see him going?
Where?
I just thought about it, and whether it be a team willing to deal with the antics or the team I feel like would be perfect for Brandon Ayuk. That helps both sides of the situation.
What team is that?
Buffalo.
He's gonna say that. I had a feeling he's gonna say that. No, do not send him to Buffalo.
Send him to Buffalo.
They can keep him. No, we good. We good.
Send him to Buffalo.
We're fine.
You give Josh Allen another high caliber receiver.
Well, are you Buffalo?
I am a Josh Allen fan, yes.
So,
we rebuke that, okay? We rebuke it on this fine Sunday in the name of Jesus. We are okay.
Okay, take the fandom out of it. Say it doesn't make sense. Tell me how it doesn't make sense.
We don't have time for no antics. If we just talk about talent alone, I might say, okay, take a chance. But we don't have time for the foolishness. He wanted to be paid so bad. They gave him his money, and then you don't play.
Did.
What's the problem? You got what you wanted, and then you don't show up, and no one knows why you're not showing up, or at least they're not telling us if they do.
So the funny part about that, Katja, is this. The 49ers are reportedly, they're possibly going after a money retribution is what they called it. So in that money, they want their money back. And they're talking about anywhere from $13 to $13.8 million. That's a lot of money. And he doesn't seem to care. I mean, John Lynch went to his house, talked to him, trying to get him back in. He don't call them the 49ers no more. He calls them that team, which is it's funny, but it's not. Blaming his agent because of his relationship with John Lynch. Said that Kyle Shanahan has the temperament of a toddler. Like it's a whole lot of stuff that this dude is saying. And he thinks that they're mad because he said that they were stupid. They were stupid for paying him $50 in 8 months anyway. So it seems like that he wants out. Now, I will tell you this, and I've been saying this about the 49ers for a while. They have a culture that they're trying to establish in San Francisco.
Mhm.
And if you look at all of their players, right, and you look at their number one players, especially on the offensive side of the ball, they all have something in common. Chris, do you know what that is?
What's that?
They're all Caucasian.
Oh, the receiving core coming up in San Francisco.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
it is, and I think that they're trying to they're trying to bring a certain demographic to the team, and I feel like if you don't fit that criteria, right, or if you don't fit that narrative, then they're gonna get rid of you. Think about it. Running back, even though Christian McCaffrey is fantastic, right?
Christian McCaffrey is like he honorary. He light by nature.
He's the guy. You know what I mean?
Light by nature.
But and I don't have not even a problem with Christian McCaffrey, but I think he's injury prone. I think that might be the only knock that you have on him. You know what I mean?
Well, he gave us a good year last year. And
he did.
We haven't seen that. We haven't seen that CMC since Carolina. So that was, but I think you don't more so lean into CMC, which is why you need to either repair the situation with Brandon Ayuk or cut it and replace him and start building the chemistry there.
But they feel like Ricky Pearsall is the guy.
What did he do that was so spectacular though?
Nothing.
He's a regular guy to me. He looks like a regular receiver.
So is it more of the scheme that makes him look superb?
It doesn't even make him look superb. He just looks normal.
Isaac Tesla as a wide receiver 4 looked better in the few touches he got than somebody who's supposed to be wide receiver 1 in San Francisco.
So you got rid of Deebo Samuel and you running Brandon Ayuk out for Ricky Pearsall.
And who else is that receiving core?
They got rid of what's his name?
Juwan Jennings.
Juwan Jennings. They got rid of him.
Mike Evans is there now, but
right. Mike Evans is Mike Evans. He's gonna pull a hamstring by week 3. You know what I mean? That's gonna happen. But he's gonna catch you a lot of touchdowns. Your other receivers on that team are Deshaun Stribling, Demarcus Robinson, Jacob Cowling, Colton Dow, and Junior Bergen.
Damn, the 4 of us out there.
Yeah. But you got rid of Deebo and now you're getting ready to get rid of Brandon Ayuk for this. Because Jennings gave you a viable one last year, even though he wasn't supposed to be the one. He was that guy. And they got him out of town. They got him out of town too. I mean, you're not doing your quarterback any favors with this, not with this wide receiving core.
Nah, and we already know what that O-line is. That O-line has gotten worse over the last couple of years. Trent Williams is coming back, I think, right? He's coming back, but what are you getting from that? What are you getting from that if he does come back?
I mean, he's still Trent Williams. I mean, he's the guy.
Granted, the ceiling is high, but we also know if he can't be healthy, or if this really is the last ride, but you can't hold your whole line to just Trent Williams,
right? And
you got to give Brock Purdy and CMC time. You got to give CMC the holes to explode through. You got to give Brock Purdy time to do his little 5-yard outs and his screens to CMC. But if you're not giving him time, then we are talking about going from 11-6, 12-5, and potentially in the running for the division to what they was 2 years ago, coming in at 6-11, and you know what I'm saying, on the backside of that. And now you got nobody to throw to. It's really us out there catching the ball.
Literally just us.
And white boy Ricky from Boys in the Hood. I don't know what I don't know. It doesn't look good.
It don't look good, but somehow, some way, they keep winning. But I mean, it just is what it
And
is.
you gotta see Seattle twice a year and LA twice a year.
It's tough.
That's shaping up to be four. And we just saw what LA is all in. We just saw what they did to that defense.
Yeah.
My gosh. So you got to see LA twice a year, and I'm pretty sure Seattle didn't lose too much off of their defense.
No.
So they're still that's potentially 4 losses right there.
Yeah. And I think that I get it. You're trying to clean up what's going on within your organization. I understand that. But like I don't know. I don't know if this relationship is repairable, right? But if there is any way to repair it, like I would try to repair it with Brandon Ayuk and get back to playing football. But I think it may be beyond that, because you need some help in your wide receiver room. Your wide receiver room is not that good. And what you're gonna do is just run Christian McCaffrey into the ground. You know what I mean? Like, and he's already, he had a good season last year, but he's already shown that he is injury prone and he will, miss some time. George Kittle missed a lot of time last year. Jawan Jennings was really your number one guy. Pearsall missed a couple games because remember didn't he get shot at the beginning of the season, like before the season started? Yeah.
Yep.
There's a lot of things that are going on, man. But and it's okay because I'm not a 49er fan anyway. But it is what it is. But they gotta fix it.
Exit expeditiously. Get them out of there.
I don't think this relationship is repairable. Brandon Ayuk's figure out a way to come back. And I might be jumping. It just seems like he's an AB away from that type of situation again. He running off the field, throwing off his jersey out in the crowd. So I think they gotta do their best to end up releasing him some way, somehow. So it's not repairable.
Eric say they absolutely are taking him in KC. Absolutely.
We'll get to Kansas City in just
we
a minute.
Sure will in just a second.
Because y'all can have him in KC and y'all have Justin Fields throwing him the ball and he'll be right back where he came from.
I have a question for you guys about this.
Go ahead.
Brandon Ayuk situation. Do you think that the owner of, because we know the NFL ownership group is like a big club. It's a boys club. It's tight. They talk. Do you think the 49ers ownership is talking to other owners in this club regarding this Brandon Ayuk situation, saying, I'm not so sure you want to deal with this kid? Is that a possibility?
Hell yeah. They all talking.
Of course.
They are all talking. And it's you would hope that he knows that. You would hope so.
How about the way he acting?
Right.
He acting like it don't matter.
I'm like, he can't know this. Like, I'm trying to figure out his agent situation. Is he still with the same agent or did he fire his old?
He fired his
He fired him.
So that makes it worse.
Now he has no agent. Yeah. He's doing this all on his own. But that's how this is how the entire situation is just going up in flames because this is all him. He is doing this on his own. He bad talking the agent, he bad talking the organization to include the coach and the general manager. He called his teammates culture, he called that trash too. Like he is on everybody. And that's why I don't think it's repairable. But what kind of capital can you get from it? Like the best you're gonna get right now, to me, it seems like the best you would get is maybe a 5th or 6th round pick.
I don't think you want to get that.
For sure.
Probably not.
Corey, let me ask you a question, man.
Go ahead.
Out of the 32 owners,
do
you think
I know where you're going with this, but go ahead.
Do you think Jerry wouldn't give a fuck? Go ahead and get him.
He do like the attention.
He does.
Attention.
Because you don't know if you holding on to George Pickens.
Right.
You don't want to put him on the tag again next year because that's only going to go up.
That's like 34 next year.
So you can get Brandon Ayuk as an insurance policy to be like, hey, George, either you ball out and we pay you or you ball out and you dip. You know what I'm saying? Whatever. Cool. you still end up having, but for this year, you can have a nice wide receiver trio of CD, George Pickens, and Brandon Ayuk. Would Jerry be like, man, bump all that y'all talking? Let's get to the table.
Hold on, Corey. Before
go ahead,
I'm gonna add a question to that.
Okay.
Do you think the culture of the Cowboys can withstand this situation? All right, 2-part question.
Okay, so 2 things. First thing is this: if Pickens has, and me and Katja talked about this last night, if Pickens has anywhere near the season that he had last year, Pickens is gone. You're not going to be able to afford it.
Highest bidder.
Yeah, you're not going to be able to afford it. So, and then you franchise tag him, and you're going to be paying whatever some other team will give him a contract for anyway, right? So, with that being said, you bought Pickens in under a similar cloud, right? Because he had this attitude problem, and he was this and he was that. And he has been the model citizen here in Dallas. Right now, you have players in your organization that are good leaders, right? Dak is an excellent leader of men. CD Lamb seems to have taken George Pickens under his wing, and they are doing tremendous things together. Got in trouble together last year when they played in Vegas. They decided to go to the casino. But, that's that. I think that this situation is totally different because it shows you if I don't get my way, I'll bad talk this whole damn organization. And one thing that Jerry will not stand is somebody bad talking him. He done cut off radio shows. He done cut off sponsors. He done cut off a whole lot of things for people bad talking him. And if Brandon Ayuk comes in here, not the number 1 receiver, not getting the passes that he feels or the touches that he feels like he deserves, and he starts to do things like this, like it's gonna end real bad. Jerry blackball your entire career. You won't play football again.
But see, this is why I kind of feel like this is therapy for everybody. So, like, look, Brandon Ayuk, we haven't seen you play. It's coming up on 2 years now. We haven't seen you play. Right. You're not going to just jump in unless it's a desperate team that just was like, listen, man, blind Neil, you're wide receiver 1 out the gate. Let's do this.
Yeah. Why not Miami?
You're not gonna be wide receiver 1 wherever you go. You gotta work that back up, and let's see, like, okay, get you back in stride, get you back into a playbook, get you back into route running, get you back into, wide receiver things. Because like I said,
let's see if you can even do those things.
Let's see if you can still do, because we don't even know where his condition is, right?
Right.
So take this opportunity as, hey, listen, I don't have to be the guy right now. Let me prove that I can get back to that. Let this be a rehab stint, right? At the same time, you understand, you got to go into that situation with the mindset, knowing that you're not going to be wide receiver 1, that this is a rehab stint, and also knowing that who you work for now. So if you want to get out of pocket, this will be your last stop, because Jerry can write it so. I feel like that's everybody can win with that.
Therapeutic rep say he going to the Commanders.
Nah, old management, yeah. New management, nah.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Old management would have definitely brought him home. New management,
I don't know if Josh Harris wants that drama.
It's a lot.
He seems to be quite confident, though. I mean, because he keeps talking about the Commanders. I'm like, who's telling you what? Like, in your ear? Like, where are you getting that from?
Well, I know his best friend is Jaden Daniels, right?
Huh.
The best friend?
Yeah.
They played in college, right?
They went to Arizona State together?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I know he's been trying to play with Jaden Daniels for a while. So I don't know if that was part of it, but I don't think Jaden Daniels would promise him like, yo, I'm gonna get you over here.
Jaden Daniels don't got that type of pull yet.
No,
you can't. Jaden Daniels ain't done enough in this league to be like, all right, I'm gonna go talk to the front office and tell them I want this guy. You got one playoff win in 4 years, 3 years, 4 years, one playoff win.
Yeah,
I don't know, man.
It's
two.
It is. No, they got 2 because they made it because
they had to get to us. Yeah, so 2 playoff wins in 3 or 4 years. One winning season, and then now you're coming back from injury yourself. So He don't have that pull to be like, hey, go get this guy. That's Lamar Jackson. That's Josh Allen. That's Patrick Mahomes. That's Jalen Hurts. You're not in that stratosphere where you can go and handpick who you want to come to your team. So he can offer suggestions. Hey, I think of Brandon Ayuk would be good here, and the front office would be like, oh, we appreciate that. Respectfully, go to hell. We don't want this. So,
Kaiser, can he fit in Miami?
Miami's on a rebuild. He can possibly.
He would be the number one.
Who just Malik Willis. Malik Willis
is your quarterback.
I like Malik.
I
mean, it's a possibility. I mean, honestly, it really depends on him, and depends on, his attitude, what kind of attitude he's coming into it with. If he wants to come into it and work and play and win games, then I think he can go anywhere. But if he's coming into it with foolishness and BS, then no.
I want to believe that he's doing this so he's forcing San Francisco's hand. Trade me. But at the same time, right, you got to have people in your corner that if this is what you want to do, what would this fall under? A hostile takeover? If this is what you want to do, you have to make sure that you play everything correctly. You want to play it to the point where you piss the leaving party off, but you leave it open for the oncoming parties to be like, we can work with you. If you do it so bad to the point where you piss the leaving party off and you leave a bad taste in everybody's mouth moving forward, you're not going to get what you want. It's a fine line. And I don't think anybody is telling him, hey, like, make your demands, say you want to leave yourself landing room and grace with these other teams to be like, I'm only like this because I don't like my organization now. This is not to say I'm going to be like this when I get where I want to be.
He's going to have to answer a lot of questions when he shows up to this new team if he does. Because they're going to be like, look, man, is this what you do? Like,
is this what we have to look forward to?
Yeah. Yeah. Like it's a fine line. And right now he is on the other side of that fine line, I feel like.
Well, I mean, with this behavior, he would be a Raider for life easily. He fits right into the culture.
Great segue. So today we're going to discuss the AFC West, which it's got some interesting. I believe that this division has one of the divisions with the more interesting like little subtitles to the division more than anything, because I believe it's a 2-team race. But the funny part about that is I don't believe the Chiefs are one of those 2 teams.
Uh-oh. Don't let E and J hear that.
I don't believe that the Chiefs are one of those 2 teams. So the division finished like this last year: is the Broncos, the Chargers, the Chiefs, and the Raiders. Broncos have a very good football team, and a lot of people feel like possibly, right, that the Broncos were a quarterback away from going to the Super Bowl.
They wasn't winning that AFC championship, and they almost did. It was 10-7. Let me remind y'all, they almost did, but you wasn't winning the Super Bowl for one with a Jarrett Stidham. No. That whatever team came out the NFC was gonna walk Jarrett Stidham, whether it be LA or Seattle, right? So, but Bo Nix and Sean Payton scheming for his guy might have could have got you something, because Broncos defense has been like that all season.
They like that. And they are a 14-3 team during the regular season that went through the playoffs, and their quarterback got hurt. Hell, I didn't even know he was hurt.
Me neither.
I didn't even know he was hurt until they came out later on in the week and said, he has an ankle injury. And then they were like, yeah, it's broke. He ain't playing.
That means he played on that last drive. He played on that.
He had to.
Because he was in that drive and got down there to get him the field goal range and took the knee.
Yeah, he did. So, Raiders, a good football organization in a rebuilding phase, but they have, I'm not going to say organization, they've been through a lot of drama themselves this offseason with the whole Max Crosby thing. Max Crosby got traded to the Ravens. It came back because the trade was voided. Now he's a Raider for life and he's ready to go. And it has a weird feel to it. And they They drafted Mendoza with the first overall pick. Are the
Then signed
Raiders
Kirk Cousins right behind that.
right?
Mm-hmm.
Is Mendoza boom or bust potential? Katja, is he ready to play NFL football now? For one, because I believe Kirk Cousins' leash is about this long. I'm serious. Like one incomplete pass, and I think Fernando Mendoza's in the game. I'm serious. That's how. I mean, they're gonna be calling for his name, and Kirk Cousins is just Kirk Cousins. But do you see Fernando Mendoza having a viable NFL career? And I'll bring some things up in just a second that I think will absolutely benefit Fernando Mendoza tremendously. But right now, boom or bust for Fernando Mendoza.
Right now, oh man, boom or bust. I haven't seen him play in the NFL yet, so I'm just going off of
Precisely.
college, I'm just thinking like,
Precisely.
I hate to judge before I actually even see you take an actual NFL field because I feel like it's a bit unfair, to just judge you based off of college because it's different. I'm gonna say he has boom potential.
Okay.
I don't get bust, but a lot of things go into you being boom or bust. It's not just your talent alone. It's the roster, it's the coaching, like there's so many different things that go into it. Injuries, obviously health. I wouldn't start him right away though. I'll pick Captain Kirk out there. Like you drafted him obviously to be the future of your franchise. There's nothing wrong with sitting behind and learning and watching for a few games. And if Captain Kirk is stinking it up, then put him in there. But I wouldn't start him off right away.
I've had this conversation since draft day with a lot of people, and a lot of people have the same sentiment, right? You start Kirk. My thing is, I know this league and these owners are driven by money first. There's not a lot of owners who are in it for the championships priority, right? I can make a ton of money and not win a single championship and I'll be just fine. That's what a lot of these owners care about. I think Mark Davis is of the same wave. And Raider fans, as soon as it came in that what the Giants won and something, and they knew that they was getting the number one pick, everybody knew it was Fernando Mendoza. I think Raiders fans, if you put Kirk Cousins out there week one, they're gonna be outside Allegiant with pitchforks, torches ablaze, because fans are finicky creatures. They don't understand the process of things, but because they control your money flow, you kind of feel obligated to appease them. You have to start Fernando Mendoza week one because Raiders fans think that that's the point of turnaround. You can't go out there and send Kirk Cousins. Kirk Cousins is there as insurance because the Raiders, although their line did get better, their O-line did get better this
signed
offseason.
Tyler Linderbaum.
Yeah.
But you need insurance and you need veteran insurance who knows what they're doing. And what better insurance policy than Kirk Cousins in case Fernando gets hurt? But I don't think Kirk sees the field unless that happens. I think Fernando is day one, and I kind of see a Sam Darnold situation going on here. He's gonna be bad. He's gonna be bad, but that's because the Raiders are bad.
Put some more respect on Sam's name. Let's leave Sam alone. He got a championship.
No, for sure. He's gonna be bad, but that's because the situation he's in is bad. He won't be the Fernando Mendoza we expect to see until he leaves Las Vegas.
Britt,
how long that's gonna be.
Britt, are you feeding him to the dogs right away?
Oh man, it's difficult because I kind of agree with Chris with the the excitement that was built up. He is the number one overall draft pick. That fan base was going to give that organization hell if you got Kirk Cousins starting at the beginning of this season. Now, me personally, just from someone who I agree with Katja. Did I say your name right? I said your name right. correct me if I say mess up stuff. Like I do think that a quarterback like Mendoza, he was the number 1 overall draft pick, but it was still a lot of uncertainty. It's just that he was really the only quarterback coming out this past year.
It was a bad quarterback class, yeah.
Yeah. So I'm like, he probably should sit for about a year or two to really learn and develop. But just what Chris said, they put the excitement out there. And so he better be taking all the tips and advice from Tom Brady as much as possible. Because I think they're gonna throw him out there. I do.
Before you go, Corey, go, just to add to the point we just made, I just checked the schedule. Week 1 is at home. Ain't no way, because they about to sell out. They the number 1 pick.
Yeah, you're not putting Kirk Cousins out.
You're not putting Kirk out there.
But the worst thing,
and it's against Miami. What better team to get your NFL?
You got to start it off 1-0, huh?
You got to 1-0.
The worst thing that can happen in this situation, though, is if they throw Mendoza out there and they try to do what the Panthers did to Bryce Young, where they not playing well, and then they bench him for Kirk Cousins. Now Bryce Young, he overcame it, but does Mendoza have that same type of mentality and fortitude? I don't know.
So,
granted, they would be for Kirk Cousins and Bryce Young got benched for Andy Dalton. I'd be hurt too. It would take a lot of therapy to be able to come back from that. You sat me down for Andy Dalton.
Well, I mean, he wasn't playing good.
He wasn't.
And it had been a little while, so it's like, okay.
But the Red Rocket
me down for Cam Newton, I would have respected that. But you went and got Andy Dalton and was like, "Yeah, this is going to teach him a lesson." No, you broke me. I'm in therapy now.
I mean, to give Mendoza the team some credit, he got some playmakers around him, right? So he got Brock Bowers. Was still waiting to see a little bit more from Ashton Genty, but we heard about how great he is coming out. Jalen Naylor to me is a good young receiver. They boosted the offensive line, so hopefully that gives him some support in his rookie year. And let's see where he goes.
Got rid of Jacoby Myers.
They did. So they did. So and Trey Tucker, Jalen Naylor, and Jack Beck will be your starting wide receiver core, with Brock Bowers, of course, as the tight end.
That's not terrible because Naylor was a bucket in Minnesota, and Jack Beck showed up last year too. Trey Tucker, I'm not familiar with, but
so Trey Tucker is a decent wide receiver. He'll give you a target. Brandon Ayuk would fit into this group quite nicely. You understand what I'm saying? But I don't think that'll happen. For one, with this depth chart, right, and the defensive side of the ball looks fairly decent as well. With your star players being, of course, Max Crosby, and I mean
they got Nakobe Dean, Quay Walker, and Kwity Paye. When did that happen?
They got them this offseason. They went and got ball players this offseason.
Jeremy Chin?
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
They went and got ball players. They're trying to be a formidable team. They're trying to. But the one thing that they have to do is they have to be able to run the football, and they went and got offensive line help to get Ashton Genty rolling, because that is your biggest weapon that you can have to make things simpler for a rookie quarterback. If he's going to play like you guys say he's going to play. I think that it is a quarterback competition going into training camp, and the best quarterback will win. Kirk Cousins has an edge. He's played the game before. He played in the NFL for a while. He's a veteran. He understands a lot of things. I think Mendoza will be the quarterback by week 3. I do. I think he'll be the quarterback no matter what by week 3. Kirk Cousins will have a phantom ankle injury and into Fernando Mendoza, and it's time to go to work with the rookie quarterback. I think that he's been probably working with Tom Brady a lot. Yeah, it helps when your owner is arguably the best quarterback that ever played the game. Got the most Super Bowls anyway. But
so the first 4 weeks for the Raiders are as such:
okay.
Dolphins at home, Chargers on the road, Saints on the road, Chiefs at home.
That's tough. That's tough.
Do you? Then you got the Patriots, the Bills, the Rams. It is not good.
It's a tough schedule.
It is.
It's a tough schedule. Now,
Then they got the Jets, the Niners, the Raiders, the Broncos. This is bad. He might not see the field at all.
Does
you might have to
anybody-
stay Craig out there?
does anybody draft pick wise, their 2026 draft picks, did any one of these guys see the field right away? And I can only, in my opinion, there's one that will see the field fairly quickly, and that'll be Kieran Crawford, the defensive end from Auburn. But and then Traylon Stukes, the safety from Arizona. I like him. I thought the Cowboys might give him an opportunity, but they didn't. But there's not a lot of guys that they drafted that I think will play right away.
Jamar McCoy will be day one.
Right. If he's
healthy?
back.
Is he
If
healthy?
he's healthy.
If
Right.
he's healthy, he'll be day one.
If he's healthy. And that's why he slipped down to the third round, Chris, or fourth round, because
just gotta
nobody
steal
knows
out of
anything
him.
about his health.
Yeah.
Oh, listen. Yeah, if that dude comes back and he's anywhere close to what he was in college, they got a bad dude.
Tennessee,
They
right?
were- Yeah.
Yeah.
They got a bad cat.
He's like that.
He is like that. Now,
I mean, you can't say all health included because injuries happen. So
they do.
but looking at that schedule, it is not favorable, at least in the first half. I didn't even see the second half, but that first half looks real 1-6-ish, if I'm being honest, because they can beat the Jets. But everybody else, it looks
beat
real,
Miami.
real sketchy.
They, can
They
beat
could
Miami.
2-5.
I give them. Think they could beat the Saints?
Yeah, I
Nah, that'll be the game they shoot themselves in the foot.
I don't know. I think with some of the pieces they got on defense now, they might be able to pull it out.
Unless the
Right.
defense puts the ball in the end zone too. I don't know what to tell you.
Katja, are they the bottom of the division again?
Yeah. I mean, I don't see how they're not. I'm like, just looking again. Yeah, I don't see how they're not. I really don't.
It's tough.
But I'm gonna be honest with you.
I agree.
I don't see how much. I agree that they'll be at the bottom of the division, but I don't see how much separation is going to be between them and the next team we're talking about.
Oh wow!
Wait a minute. Jay gonna get both of y'all.
I don't see that much separation.
Oh wow!
Both of y'all.
I think
Wow.
I think whatever the Raiders win total is, Chiefs will probably beat it by 1.
Wow.
Regardless if Patrick starts day 1, if he comes back by October, whatever. You lost too much on defense. Your offense is sketchy at best. You lost Juju. I don't know who's receiver. I mean, you got what's his name?
Rice is questionable.
Rasheed Rice, and then what's the other one?
Is
They gotta-
Rasheed Rice gonna get to play?
That's the thing. That's why I say he's questionable.
Yeah.
There's a lot. They're turning into Las Vegas East.
Wow.
Age, you can see the age now.
Travis Kelce,
Yeah.
we don't know how much he got left.
Mm-hmm.
Patrick Mahomes coming back from an ACL as a mobile quarterback is not an easy day.
Is he
They-
ready?
I think
the question for everybody is he ready week 1? Now remind you, he tore that ACL week
You're like November.
14.
he tore it late.
Mm-hmm.
He tore it after Thanksgiving.
Or I think either at Thanksgiving or just shortly after Thanksgiving, like a week after Thanksgiving.
They played us on Thanksgiving Day, right?
Mhm.
He tore it the next week.
And you trying to put him in the week 1. ACLs are tricky. Medicine is getting better, but you not no AP. You don't got 2 ACLs in your knee.
My concern with that is if he says he's ready, your other side had to compensate this entire time. So I just feel like rushing. I don't think that's a smart idea. I think he should wait it out a little bit. I really do.
And I'm gonna be honest with you, man. You go and get Justin Fields because he can match the type of play style you have in Patrick. He doesn't have the big arm that Patrick Mahomes does, so don't expect a lot of downfield shots like that. But as far as extending plays, Justin Fields has done that his whole career. So you get somebody who can resume. I think they're planning on him not starting, which would be the smart move. But with that being said, what you lost on defense, what you lack on offense, I don't think you pull a rabbit out your hat this season. As great as Andy Reid is, you got Eric Bieniemy back. You know what I'm saying? I think you still got Spags, right?
Mm-hmm.
So everything is, but I don't think that there's just enough magic in the hat this season. And if the season is bad by the halfway mark, or like you're at 500 or under 500, call it. We'll see Patrick Mahomes next year. Don't even risk it. Because you're gonna send them out there to do what? Play hero ball, get y'all back in the race. Like you said, LA and Denver are already gonna be going back and forth for 1 and 2 in the division. You really want to go in and get in that fight with Titans, and you're not even fully equipped to be in the war.
Why are we so high on Justin Herbert?
Hold on. Just wait a second. Hold that thought. Hold that thought.
I'm sorry.
Hold that thought. Because that is an excellent question. Because I got a whole spiel behind that. Yeah.
I don't think the risk is worth the reward here for Kansas City. I think you just go ahead and last year was a down year. I think this was going to be another down year. Hey, this is not tanking. I don't want it to seem like it's tanking. I just don't think they have what it takes to be competitive in this division. And just go ahead, lick your wounds, get everybody healthy, get some picks, make some moves next offseason, then come back and be able to compete.
Okay, let's talk about the depth chart. So you got either Patrick Mahomes or Justin Fields at quarterback. You went and got Kenneth Walker, who is he had an excellent season last season. Had a great Super Bowl. He had a really good year. Your two receivers are Rashee Rice and Xavier Worthy. Don't know if either one of them. Rashee Rice, nobody knows what's going to happen with him. NFL, have they even made a judgment about it? I don't think so.
I haven't heard anything.
He went to jail.
He just did 30 days.
He did 30 days. Did 30 days. Xavier Worthy coming off injury. You got Tyquan Thornton as your third receiver. Travis Kelce is not Travis Kelce of old, but it's still Travis Kelce. He'll be on the field. And your offensive line is, they're okay. They're not the best in the NFL, but they're not the worst either. It's basically a run-of-the-mill offensive line. Defensively, you got Kalafis, Chris Jones, but they went and drafted Mansour Delane with their first pick.
They went and got picks incredible.
Their first two picks were outstanding.
They won those two picks for sure.
Outstanding. You got a running partner now for Chris Jones that is going to come in and play excellent football in Peter Woods. You went and got a lockdown corner. He was locked down in college. He will be a rookie corner. And then you got L'Jarius Steed on the other side, which will be fine. I think defensively, and you still got Spags. I think defensively they'll be okay. The question is always going to be with this team. Well, the question going into the season will be for this team is Patrick Mahomes going to be ready, and will they be okay with Justin Fields playing quarterback?
I think Justin's going to surprise a lot of people. I don't think he's going to look the same way we've seen him look previously under Andy Reid. I think he's going to surprise a lot of people. I'm not saying they're going to go out and look the best in the division, but I think he's going to look a lot different in a better way.
Andy got a way of taking quarterbacks and making them a whole lot better than they've played in the past. But
do you think he can do enough to steady the ship so you don't have to rush Patrick Mahomes out there? Like he can do enough to keep them competitive, and then Patrick Mahomes can come in and then just do what Patrick does.
With Andy Reid as the coach, and obviously the defense, I like their coach, the defensive coordinator. I like Justin Fields. He has all of the natural attributes that you want to see in the QB. It's just that to me, I don't think he's had the best coaching.
I don't disagree. I don't disagree at all. Now, their first, they start off hot. I mean, they got to play the Broncos week 1.
Where?
In KC.
That's still
Then
gonna be
your
That's still gonna
first,
be a tough game.
That's
Is
your
Bo Nix coming back too?
your first 5 games, and I'll get to the 6th game because the 6th game is huge too. Broncos, Colts, Dolphins, Raiders, Chargers. I think week 1 is tough for Justin Fields. I think it would be. I think you start to steady the ship with week 2 and 3 with the Colts and the Chargers. Then I think he'll start to kind of establish himself week 4 if he's still the quarterback in week 4. And then the Chargers, that's going to be tough. But right after you play the Chargers, you got to go to Seattle and play. That's tough.
That's tough.
That's tough. And so if Justin Fields is 3-2 in those first couple of games, are you throwing Patrick Mahomes out there week 6 against Seattle, in Seattle?
I'm gonna say no, because, and this is just me playing into, I like storylines, right?
I'm listening.
You going back to Seattle, you just poached a Super Bowl MVP running back. Kenneth Walker it's gonna be really hard to get yards. You're gonna have to throw that ball.
Yeah.
So first game for Patrick Mahomes, you want him dancing a lot back there to get the ball off, throwing 30, 35 times in that game.
Well, I mean, we just talked about storylines. That would be the perfect time for Patrick Mahomes to come back for moneymaker. As a moneymaker,
That's got to be prime time too, is it, Corey?
Oh, hell yeah, it's prime time, Chris.
oh yeah, he coming back by that time.
He probably will be back at week 6.
So you after that, you got the Broncos, and then it goes into this little period of their season where it's going to be a lot of winnable games. You got the Jets, the Falcons, and the Cardinals, but then you got to go to Buffalo after that.
And Josh Allen is a regular season Kansas City killer.
Don't say it like that. Don't say it like that. That's going to be a loss. We got this.
Okay.
Josh Allen and the Buffalo Bills can absolutely destroy Kansas City every time in the regular season. Once that calendar flip,
we're not going to put this all on Josh though, because we saw how Patrick Mahomes looked. Y'all put him up there next to Tom Brady and all that, and I get it. He is very, very much accomplished. I understand that, but he looked very basic with his basic team and roster this past season. And Josh, one thing about Josh is we've seen him do a lot more with a lot less. Just saying.
She got a point.
It'll be interesting to see for sure.
It'd definitely be interesting. Okay. Your next team is the Chargers, which it might surprise a lot of people, but I think they're going to win the division. But I do absolutely agree with Katja's question 15 minutes ago. What's so great about Justin Herbert?
Oh, please tell me. Somebody tell me that. I think he's one of the most overrated quarterbacks.
You know what? I'm not a fan of the Justin Herbert hate. I think this man has been getting raw deals since he's been in the league.
Let's not talk about raw deals and quarterbacks, Chris. Let's not do that because my quarterback gets shitted on every opportunity that people get a chance to. However, if you look at their careers, they're about same.
So I will say I don't agree with all the praise and the covering that Justin Herbert gets. Like he gets it immediately gets put all on the team. It's not Justin Herbert's fault. Justin Herbert throws 4 interceptions. That's the wide receiver fault. That's the line fault. It's everybody's fault but Justin Herbert. So I don't agree with him getting the protection from the media like that. But also, I don't agree with saying that he is just not as good of a quarterback as he. I think last season was a great season to show like, hey, I can be that guy.
Except for playoff time.
The guy for what?
He can be a winning quarterback.
Except for playoff time. You got to win in the playoffs to be a winning quarterback to me.
Now,
sure. And I think with the new, like, that was Jim Harbaugh's first season. Like, you give this time, but it looks like that Justin Herbert is going to be a Jim Harbaugh guy, and once you give this relationship time to develop, you give Jim Harbaugh the time to actually mold this guy because they didn't come in together. They didn't come to this team at the same time. You already got so you got to undo the previous work of the coaches before you and instill the values that you want in this quarterback. That takes some time. It takes a minute. So last season, I think they were ahead of schedule, to be honest.
I agree, but I mean, how much more time we got to give them? It's a lot of quarterbacks in this league that don't get that same grace at all. Dak Prescott, even Jared Goff, Jalen Hurts. I go on and on and on. They don't get that same grace at all. So how much more time do we need to give them?
Only one team Super Bowl a year. So
True.
There are 31 failing teams, right? There's 31 failing quarterbacks. So the measure of success, it can't automatically be Super Bowl win, right? I don't think the Chargers are Super Bowl ready, right? But I think to measure the growth and the progress and the success of this team, it starts with winning the division. Beat the Broncos, beat the Chiefs, win the division convincingly, and then go in there, maybe compete for a 1 seed, however the rest of the AFC lines up. If you don't, and you go in there wild card weekend, you protect home field, you move on to the divisional, win that game. I think this team can make it to the AFC Championship. I think that's how you measure the success and the growth of Justin Herbert.
How long? Okay, so we know winning the Super Bowl doesn't mean make you a great quarterback, and I understand that, because it is very hard to get there. How long has Justin Herbert been in this league for?
About 5 years.
5 years. How many times has he made it to the playoffs?
3.
I want to say 3.
How many wins does he have in the playoffs?
None.
That's the shitty part.
Can I get one, even if it's a loss? Okay, I'll take the loss, but I need to see some good play in the loss. All 3 losses, he's looked like crap. Right. So when the pressure gets to him, he doesn't perform well. So I need a good performance out of you before I could say to continuously give you grace. I don't see performance.
One of them wasn't his fault. That was strictly on the coaching.
Agreed. But
you know what game I'm talking about, huh, Corey?
Talk about the Jacksonville game?
Yes. 100%. You were up 28 to 3?
It was 28-3.
Yeah, I'm not blaming Justin Herbert for that one. I'll give you the other 2 playoff losses. I'm absolutely not blaming. And that was what, Brandon Staley? Reason why he expeditiously got his shit packed up.
All right, I give you 1 out of the 3. Okay. 1. I give you 1. But the other 2 ain't look good.
Yeah, for sure. I'll give you the other 2.
I agree. So this new coaching staff, this is their first season where this is going to be their team, right? You had some people that came in. They bought Njoku in, right? They bought Tyler Biadasz in, which he's a good center in the NFL. And they bought in Keaton Mitchell. Their running back situation is kind of crazy because they have 3 excellent running backs,
but they all
on this team. They all 3 of them got hurt, but they have 3 excellent running backs on this football team. So Justin Herbert absolutely will be your guy. You know what I mean? Right, wrong, or indifferent, he's the quarterback for the Los Angeles Chargers. Amari Hampton, Keenan Mitchell, and Kamani Vidal are your 3 running backs. All 3 of them can run the football. Yeah, Ladd McConkey and Quentin Johnson, they exercise Quentin Johnson's 5th-year option, so he's there. And Trey Harris, those are your wide receivers. Decent on the offensive line. Justin Herbert will have time. Joe Alt had an excellent season last year. You have a decent offensive line. Defensively, they're okay. You know what I mean? They're not bad defensively. They played really well together last year.
How does Derwin James keep getting these contracts, boy?
Boy, listen, that's the best safety in the NFL whenever he's available. They add Akeem Messidor, Jake Slaughter, Brennan Thomas, Travis Burke, Genesis Smith, Nick Barrett, Logan Tyler, and Alex Harkey to their organization via the draft. Akeem Messidor is an excellent defensive end. He's like 55 years old, but he's good, right? I think seriously, I think he's like 25. But
that's old in football years, though.
It is. He was an older guy during the draft. I mean, everybody kind of knew that. But Harbaugh is a run-first coach. That's what he does. He runs the football. And they have three good running backs. Amari Hampton, to me, is special. I think he's a really good running back. Vidal was a great running back last year, and then you bring another running back into the entire fold, right? Which was kind of surprising. You bring Keenan Mitchell in. So you got three good running backs with this organization. So that kind of gives you an indication of what they're going to do. They're going to run the football. That's what they do. And I think that's how you protect Justin Herbert. That's how you win playoff games. But are they ready to contend for a Super Bowl right now? That's going to be the main question.
No. Super Bowl, no. I can't even tell you where I think the missing piece is for this team, because on paper, it looks about as well-rounded as you can get.
Yeah.
It just might take time. It might take that progress. You win the division.
Okay.
And you win the first round. Then you get knocked out. And then next year you make it to the divisional, you get knocked out there, or you make it to the AFC Championship next year and you get knocked out there. I think you have to go through. I think you have the team. You have the team, but they don't have that. I think they're missing the hunger. Everybody can say that they're hungry, but I think Justin Herbert and some of this team has gotten so accustomed to losing, like being regular season good and losing in the playoffs, that they don't know what winning culture is. They need to kind of work their way into winning culture and then get that hunger from there. Making the playoffs is not good enough. Like 16 teams make the playoffs. You know what I'm saying? That's not enough. You gotta get right there. You just at the doorstep and you get knocked back. That brings a different kind of fire in you. Justin Herbert hasn't reached that yet. And I think that's what they need in order for them to be like, all right, listen. I mean, you getting a championship pedigree coach in Jim Harbaugh. They just you need some things to happen for you before they Super Bowl this year. No, in 2 years we might be talking different.
I'm a little curious though, because I know they just got Mike McDaniels, so I am curious to see how far they can go with the offensive minded, I guess, genius in today's NFLs.
I wanted him as my system. So bad.
Everybody wanted him. So
he's gonna scheme up some shit for them boys.
How he's supposed to be real quarterback friendly, and how that can maybe help to help Justin Herbert's confidence in playoff time. You know, when it becomes those real pressure, high tense moments. So I know he's going to probably lean a lot on maybe the tight end. Ladd McConkey is going to be there. So I'm curious to see how far Mike McDaniels could help take this team offensively. Because I think with John Harbaugh, his thing is defense, right? I think he's going to start to get that into shape. And I feel like John Harbaugh
run the football, play good defense. That's his mindset.
Right? I think John Harbaugh, can't say his name right, is going to say, you know what, this is my philosophy on the offensive side, but I'm going to give you the reins to our offense. I hope that's why he brought in Mike McDaniels. I hope you ain't bring him in to just still do your own thing. That I don't know how smart that would be. That's probably a waste, because Mike McDaniels is only going to be there maybe a year, max 2, and then he's like, I'm going back to get another head coaching job. So
right,
I'm curious to see how Mike McDaniel and Justin Herbert is going to work together.
Katja, Britt asked the question a couple minutes ago. How long? Chris said they need time. How much time do they need
before they win a Super Bowl?
Before they're ready to compete for a Super Bowl?
To me, that depends on, honestly, well, health is one thing, right? You got to have health, got to have a little bit of luck, those things, when it comes to you winning the Super Bowl. But for me, it has to be Justin. He's the QB. He has to take the next step first thing in the playoffs. We got to see him not out there running for his life. Can we just start with that? So just I'll take that, as a little bit of progress. I want to see what he does, especially with having Mike, especially with having the pieces that he has this season. How is it going to look? How is he going to look specifically? I think when he starts to take that next step, if he does, then we can assess how far or how soon, they can get there.
The schedule is favorable. The beginning of the schedule is favorable. Week 1, you play the Cardinals. Week 2, you play the Raiders. Week 3, you got to go to Buffalo. Week 4, you got to go to Seattle. Week 5, you got to go to Denver. It's tough. That's a tough schedule.
You're losing week 3, 4, and 5.
Yeah, it's tough. And then after that, it don't get any easier. You got the Rams, the Texans, the Ravens, and then you got the Jets, and then you got to play New England.
Oh my.
That's a tough schedule.
It's gonna be the year. Show me something. This the year after I keep hearing praise after praise after praise with Justin Herbert. And don't get me wrong, coming out of college, I seen the intangibles as a quarterback, the height, the accuracy of throwing, the strong arm, the mobility, yada yada yada, how great he is, yada. He has not shown us how great. Well, everybody's saying how great he is. I haven't seen it yet. So this is the year for him to buckle down, get with Mike McDaniel, study that offense, and show me something. Because after this year, I better not hear one person say he's a top 5, top 6, whatever place they putting him in right now, quarterback. You better show it this year.
I agree.
I don't disagree with you, Britt. I don't disagree with you at all. Last team, Denver.
I can't stand the coach. Can't stand him.
I don't think anybody can stand him. 14-3. Quarterback away from being in the Super Bowl, arguably, right? Jared Stidham went in there. He did the best he could. And the game was 10-7. It was a defensive struggle. It was snowing. It was just a mess. They went and got a new wide receiver in Jalen Waddle. And Jalen Waddle is a great wide receiver. Came from Miami. He's your number 1 guy now. 1B or 1A, however you want to look at it. Him and Bo Nix the best duo in the AFC West. I don't think my own personal opinion, and this is my opinion, I don't think they're even the best duo on their team. I think Cortland Sutton is the best receiver on the football team. I do.
Mm-hmm. I agree with that.
I think he's the best receiver on the team. Now, don't get me wrong. Waddle's going to give you some. He definitely can blow the roof off of defense. He can do that for sure. But I think that they got better, right? They had a strange draft, and we'll talk about that in a second. But they had a very strange draft. But they also are a team that has 3 really good running backs, and they run the ball a lot. But their defense is out of control. Like they are very good on defense. Even though they had a couple of people that left the team on defense, they kind of just plug people back in place, and they're gonna keep doing what they do. But I truly and honestly believe that this team is all going to depend on Bo Nix. 1 is health, and 2, how far he can take them. Bo Nix is the prime example of one of those dudes that Troy Aikman talked about, where you got to have those 50 quality starts before you actually become a serviceable quarterback in the NFL. He had them 50 quality starts in college. Dude played college football for about 12 years. So he was in college for a long time. He played big time competition in college. So when he came into the NFL, it was kind of a seamless transition for him. A lot of these guys that were, in their 3rd or 4th year in the NFL, he played against them in college. It is a good football team. It is a good defensive football team. I believe that they are decent on offense, but they run first, and Bo Nix plays a lot off play action. He does not put the ball down the field a terrible amount, but he will put the ball. I mean, you got a big, tall 6'4" receiver. You're going to throw the ball up to him. But, Britt, are they the cream of the crop? Excuse me, English language is hard sometimes. Are they the cream of the crop in the AFC West?
I mean, if you base it off what they did last year, I guess I would say so. Because I just think the Raiders, if I go down a list, the Raiders is still young. We don't know. I mean, it's a rookie quarterback. We don't know how he's going to do in the NFL. And your team is really nothing unless your quarterback is something, right? The Chiefs injury, older, so we don't know how Patrick Mahomes is going to come back. What that age has done to his favorite target and Travis Kelce, so forth. The Chargers, we just talked about, can Justin Herbert step it up? So when you just look at it from both sides of the football, for me, I would say for me, this should be the team that wins the AFC West division, in my opinion. Because last year we just said they was only a quarterback away. And Bo Nix did surprise most of us. I'm gonna say a lot of us. Because he super exceeded what I thought he was going to do and my expectations. I didn't think they was going to get that far, to be honest with you. That defense is solid. Patrick 13, that secondary, that is a solid core back there. And they're tough. They play well together. They're hard-nosed defense. So I agree. It depends on a quarterback. Let's see what his development is this year. Let's see if he's healthy coming back. So that's another question. I like the receiving core that they have. I like J.K. Dobbins, R.J. Harvey. So they have some good playmakers on this offense. It all comes down to Bo Nix. So I think they have less deficiencies versus the other teams. So because of that, I'm going to give the Broncos. But again, the schedule also got tougher. So that's another thing. It was a little bit easier last year. The schedule was a little different this year.
Katja, what you think?
I'm not honestly 100% sold on the Broncos. There were a lot of games last season that they won, like by the skin of their teeth. They had a lot of big comebacks, towards the end of the game, which is great, because you won the game. That is the goal. But I don't know if that's going to fly again this season. That was every year, every season is different. Either they're going to have the same type of season or better than what they had last season. Or they're going to take a step back.
The Chiefs made a killing off. Yeah, Chiefs made a killing off one-score games, and then last year it went away. Mm-hmm. The Broncos made a killing off one-score games last year. Will it go away, or can they continue their dominance in close games? Chris, question was: are the Broncos the cream of the crop in the AFC West?
I mean, you have to think so, right? They won the division last year, so you're defending AFC West champs, right? Until somebody takes away from you, or you do it again, and then you'll be repeating AFC West champs. So they are the hunted now, right? Everybody else in the division is looking up. Right. 14-3 is hard to repeat, though. It's a long season. It's a long season. I like the draft. It's just they kind of just bolstered up pretty much all that they got already. Like they're pretty much like we said in the beginning, they were a quarterback away from being in the Super Bowl, right? So I think the window is open, right? I think yesterday they might have. I mean, not yesterday. I think last year, 14-3 was very, very ahead of schedule. Nobody kind of had, and that, to what Katja said, that kind of goes into a lot of games that they came back from, or a lot of the one-score games, right? We don't know what the season record would look like had those games gone the other way. We might be having a different conversation, but 14-3 is hard to duplicate, right? And again, now there's tape. Defenses will be scheming. You know what I'm saying? It gets a little bit harder, but I think as far as can they win the division again? I think that for me, they would have to be the gambling favorites. I think it's still chasing Denver this season.
Do you think that playing that first place schedule, I know it's going to be tougher, right? I know it is. But do you think 14-3 is what it's going to take to win this division again?
No, I think, to be honest with you, it can look real 11 or 12 winish, And I think Denver could go 12-5, and LA can go 11-6. And division rivals always play each other tough. So AFC West is one of those ones where I think it's been a while since anybody has just swept the other team. I think even the Raiders sometimes steal one from the Chiefs every once in a while. So you can just expect it to get kind of muddy inside the division. I think that'll do a lot of damage to the records. 6 games against all these guys. I think that can, but 14-3, and then dealing with what you do have a first place schedule. So dealing with the teams that you're playing with outside of your division also could take a toll on that record.
Do we know what division they're playing?
Hold on, Britt. I'm about to read you the schedule right now.
Am I jumping?
I was just about to ask you this with this schedule. And I'm just gonna give you the first 5 games. Chiefs, Jaguars, Rams, 49ers, Chargers.
What's the 6th game?
Seattle. Katja, it's rough around here.
It is rough around these parts, man. I'm listening. I'm like, dang, it's just this little rough in the side of the jungle, man.
It's tough. That's tough.
Honestly, the ceiling is 5-1. The floor is 2-4.
I think you with that schedule right there, the first 6 games, I think they're doing real good to go 3-3.
Yeah, I was just thinking that.
4-2 is fantastic. 5-1. Listen,
4-2. You feeling good?
It's gonna be a lot of defensive matchups, defensive games.
You said Kansas City,
Jacksonville, the Rams, the 49ers, the Chargers, and the Seahawks.
I think they can win that Kansas City game. I think
they get Jacksonville.
I think they'll lose that Jacksonville.
Well, have y'all seen Travis Hunter walking around at 190? That's a different dude.
I think they'll lose that game to Jacksonville. Who's after Jacksonville?
The Rams.
They'll lose that game to the Rams.
Then you got San Francisco.
They'll win that game.
And then you got the Chargers.
They'll drop that one, and then they'll drop that Seattle game.
You get the Seahawks at home. That's your saving grace.
Do we think Seattle's going to be the same?
I think they'll be better.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
First person. Okay. I think they can get Jacksonville. No, I think Jacksonville is a good team. Don't get it twisted.
I think Jacksonville will be better too.
I think they can pull that one out.
I think the only way that Denver beats Jacksonville is if Jacksonville beats themselves. If Jacksonville comes into the season ready to play, ready to go, strapped in, they might give Denver a good one.
Yeah, but that Broncos defense is something.
That defense is nasty. They're gonna be flying around.
I don't think we're thinking about the Broncos defense. Not even the offense. The defense is they're gonna pull. That defense is gonna pull out a lot of these games.
Granted, they schedule wasn't the first place schedule last year, but let's not forget Jacksonville went what 13-4,
something like that. It's a good football team.
Won that division going away. They only gonna get better.
Listen, just looking at the Broncos depth chart, right? And I'll bring it up. Their defense, they got some absolute animals over there. Malcolm Roach, DJ Jones, Zach Allen, Jonathan Cooper, Alex Singleton, Justin Strnad, Nick Bonito, Riley Moss, Hufanga, Jones, Surtain, and Jaquan McMillan in the secondary. That's why they got rid of PJ Locke. Because PJ Locke went to Dallas, and I thought PJ Locke was excellent for them last year, and they let him go.
That defense is crazy.
I'm telling you.
That defense is crazy.
Like you said, there'll be a lot of defensive struggles, especially in them first 6 games. It's gonna be tough.
Bo Nix got to put points on the board. Defense can only do so much for 60 minutes.
Their running back room is J.K. Dobbins, R.J. Harvey, and Jonah Coleman. And Jonah Coleman in Washington last year was absolute dog. So they went and got another running back. And then they added Jalen Waddle to the receiving core. And with Troy Franklin and Cortland Sutton, Marvin Mims Jr. is on the bench. Little Jordan. They have it. Listen, their roster is put together. And it's put together for success. But them first 6 games, that's tough.
You know what? Those first 6 games will tell us everything we need to know about this Denver team.
Yeah.
If they're for real or not.
Yeah.
If they can come out of those first 6, there's a lot of playoff teams in that. The Rams, the Jaguars, the Chargers, and Seattle. 4 of those 6 teams were playoff, and one of them being the Super Bowl winner. 4 of those teams were playoff teams last year. If you come out of this 6-game stretch 4-2, the AFC
battle
West might
tested already.
The AFC West might be in trouble. It might be, and still, AFC West champ.
Brit, Chargers, Broncos, Chiefs, Raiders. That's my order for the division. And the only reason I picked the Chargers to win the division is because I think the Broncos' schedule is hard as hell. What you think?
You said Chargers, Broncos, Chiefs, Raiders. I like your last two, but I'm gonna stick with I'm still going with Broncos first. I'm gonna go Broncos. I just told y'all Justin Herbert got to show me something. I'm not picking them until he shows me something. And like you just said, I think the Broncos are a little bit more established. Their team is a little bit more established to win versus any other team in this division. The Chargers got to show me something. I'm going with the Broncos. Again, it is all on Bo Nix. Let me see what his development looks like this year. It's going to be on the coaching staff to make things a little bit easier, to figure out ways to make sure him and Jalen Waddle's chemistry is fantastic on that field. So I'm still go with the Broncos. That defense, I just can't see anybody scoring too many points on that defense. That defense is ridiculous.
It is. Katja?
You know she ain't putting Justin Herbert in that first spot.
Yeah, nobody should. I think honestly, I said it respectfully. I'm gonna go Chiefs. I'm gonna put Chiefs in that first spot. I am.
Cool. My eyes get so big.
I don't think
that's lofty.
I do not think they're gonna look as bad as everybody thinks they are, even without Patty. I don't. I'm gonna go Chiefs. Then I'm going to go. I don't like Sean Payton. Oh God. I really cannot stand him. It's making me want to change my thought. You know, I'm trying to get past it. So I'm gonna go Chiefs, Broncos, Chargers, and then Raiders. Yeah.
Can there be 3 teams out of this division that make the playoffs?
No. No. So I think there's 3 wild card spots, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think AFC West will have a wild card spot.
Mm-hmm.
I think the AFC East will have 1 wild card spot, and I think the AFC South will have 1 wild card spot.
AFC South?
AFC South.
Huh. Will the Broncos win the division?
Yeah. I got Broncos. This is shout out to Jay. This is my book 'em. This is my book 'em pick.
Okay.
Broncos 12-5. Chargers 11-6. Chiefs 6-11. Raiders 5-12.
Oh, the Chiefs got Chiefs not even 500.
Damn. 6-11.
6-11.
Far down there.
Katja said they win in the division.
They don't even know who they don't even know who their starting quarterback is. I'm not saying anybody's winning the division when they like that. But there will only be two teams coming out, two teams making the playoffs out this division.
Andy seems very, very confident in Justin Fields, and I'm going to trust his judgment. I think he's shown enough over the years to know what he's looking for, to know how to win games, how to scheme. I forgot which player it was recently that spoke about Vic and how he was coming in this season in terms of defense. I'm going to give them more credit. I think they've earned it. And I'm a Buffalo fan, so.
That's tough. Okay.
We shall see. Next week, who we talking about next week?
Let's just keep it right here on the West and go NFC West. That's a monster division. That's a monster division.
I think that's the AFC West mirror for sure. You got 3 contenders and then the Raiders, and then for them it'd be the Cardinals.
Yeah, but I think that there's a good storyline behind that division too. But I think your top 2 teams in that division, they're probably arguably the 2 best teams in the NFC.
It's still gonna get real nasty over there.
Yeah. But Seattle's schedule, and we'll talk about it next week though, but Seattle's schedule,
not favorable.
It's rough. It is rough.
It's going to be different this year.
I can't wait till we talk about the North, because I'm so appreciative of a last place schedule. My goodness.
It pays dividends for sure.
It pays dividends. We gotta capitalize though. We gotta make sure we do what we're supposed to do.
Gotta make it happen. Y'all, this was fun, man. I enjoyed this thoroughly.
First one in the books, man.
Good times. Good times. Great chat. Okay, next week, same time. Let's do it.
Let's do that. NFC West next week. Y'all make sure y'all back here and tune in for that one.
Yes, sir. Everybody that's on the live, make sure you like and subscribe, man. We appreciate y'all sticking it out with us. We'll be back here next Sunday. Same time, different teams. It should be fun, man. It'll be a great time. All right, y'all good?
Yes, sir.
Good.
All right, man. Good talking to y'all, man. And we'll see y'all next week. Peace.
Yes, bye.